Hi students, welcome to PhD Jobs and Admission. This is Gauri, and in today's session I am going to teach you about Pondicherry University's PhD entrance tests research methodology topic. Okay, and in today's session we are going to see impact factor in research by using MCQs. Impact factor is basically there to give the impact to the author and to the journal so that we can basically publish the most important articles in the prestigious journals in the worldwide. That's why this topic is very important you know and on this topic they will ask you almost 2 to 3 MCQs in the PhD entrance test at Pondicherry University. That's why I have covered all the concepts relevant to impact factor in research by using MCQs in this session. So students, you need to watch this video until the end so that all of your doubts will get clear. Okay, so students, now let us begin with this session. As you know that there is PhD entrance test at Pondicherry University on 12th and 13th August, and that's why all of you have only minimum days to prepare for PhD entrance test and to qualify the PhD entrance test. So in this PhD entrance test, they will ask you 50% MCQs on research methodology and 50% MCQs on concerned subject. So students, if you want to qualify the PhD entrance test, then you need to score 50% marks. And to qualify this PhD entrance test, we provide research methodology complete course. By using this course, all the students can guaranteed score 50% marks in research methodology itself and they can qualify the PhD entrance test. In this, we provide full syllabus video lectures under which theory and MCQ lecture series are available. We provide full syllabus notes and mock tests. We have 10 mock tests and each mock test contains 40 MCQs. That's why overall all of you can solve 400 MCQs. After solving the mock test, you can understand your preparation level. We provide more than 1500 MCQs revision PDF and more than 100 solved PYQs PDF. By solving this PDF, you can revise all of your topics in a single PDF and you will get 80% MCQs from these PDFs only out of 100% MCQs in the research methodology section of the PhD entrance test. And PYQs is really very important because most of the MCQs under PYQs are going to be asked repetitively in the PhD entrance test. So whenever you solve all of these PYQs, obviously you can prepare very well. Okay. So students, this study material is available in both the languages, that is Hindi and English. So if you want to buy the complete course, then you can either download the Global Online app by from the Play Store. For that I have given the link in the description box of this video, or else you can contact me through the WhatsApp numbers that I have shown on the screen. The course fees are only 699 and in this low fees we provide guaranteed selection to all the candidates. The topics that I have mentioned on the screen, on all of these topics they will ask you MCQs under research methodology section, and that's why I have completed all of these topics in a complete course. Okay, so students, this research methodology complete course is nothing but a research methodology revision package which will be really very helpful to all the students so that they can guaranteed qualify the PhD entrance test. Okay, so students, basically whenever you buy the complete course, okay, so from buying day until your PhD admission to the university, we provide the proper guidance to all the students. Okay, question 1 is the impact factor is not. Now here they have given us some options, and from these options, which is the option which is not included in the impact factor or which is not the characteristic of impact factor. Okay, so whether it is author metric, then journal metric calculated in 2, 3 or 5 years basis, and it is helpful in journal targeting. So let us see first of all what is impact factor. So students, impact factor is calculated by dividing number of times articles, okay, number of times articles are cited in are cited in the last 2 years, in the last 2 years by the total number of by the total number of publication publication in these 2 years. Okay, in these 2 years. Okay, and that's why students, impact factor is journal metric, because based upon the impact factor of a particular journal, we are going to provide the credit to the journal, whether that journal is, you know, great, good or bad, like that. And that's why impact factor is journal metric. As well, it is calculated in 2 years basis. Okay, because here the formula is like number of times articles cited in last 2 years upon total number of publication in these 2 years, right? And that's why it is calculated in 2 years basis. And as well, it is helpful in journal targeting, and that's why the correct answer for this question is 1, author metric, because impact factor is not, you know, author metric, because it is not you know, a characteristic of impact factor, and that's why your correct answer is author metric. And all of these options are the characteristics of impact factor, and that's why all of these options gets eliminated. Okay, and that's why your correct answer should be 1, that is author metric. Now next is, which journal metric tracks citations of the last 2 years? Now here, you know, here they have given us some journal metric. Okay, and which journal metric from these options tracks citations of the last 2 years, whether it is cite score, whether it is impact factor, whether it is H5 index, or whether it is article influence. Now students, let us see one by one what are these. So first of all, let us see what is cite score. So students, cite score of a journal is number of citation received in that year and previous 3 years for documents published in journal during that period. Okay, divided by total number of published documents in journal during same 4-year period. So as we have seen the formula for impact factor, where number of times articles cited in last 2 years, but here within the cite score, the number of articles that we include basically for last 4 years. Okay, and that's why your formula for cite score will be number of times articles cited in last 4 years upon total number of publication in these 4 years. So here you are going to calculate the citations for last 4 years instead of 2 years. Okay, and that's why this option gets eliminated, because here they have asked you about the citations of the last 2 years, but over here you are tracking citations of the last 4 years, right? But in the impact factor, you are going to track the citations of the last 2 years, right, according to the formula, and that's why your correct answer for this is 2. Now let us see what is H5 index. Okay, so basically students, this H5 index, as the name suggests, H5, so this tracks citations of the last 5 years. Okay, of the last 5 years, and this is author level metric that measures both productivity and citation impact of publication, and this is the largest number, okay, of citations of the previous years, because here you are going to track the citations of the last 5 years, right? And that's this is the largest you can say key journal metric which are going to cite the you know, which are going to cite you know, tracks the citations of for the last 5 years. What is article influence? What does this mean? So basically students, article influence is calculated by dividing the eigen factor score. Okay, dividing the eigen factor score by percentage of all articles recorded in the journal. Okay, percentage of all articles recorded in the journal, okay, that's why citation reports that were published in a specific journal. Okay, so students, the simple formula for article influence is eigenfactor score divided by percentage of all articles recorded in a journal citation and the reports that were published in a specific journal. Okay, and students, eigenfactor score is actually, it is the rating of total importance of specific journal. Okay, so this eigenfactor score is nothing but the rating of total importance of specific journal. Okay, so specific journal, okay, and its total importance. Okay, and all of the rating of this is nothing but the eigenfactor score. All of you getting? And that's why your correct answer should be 2 over here, which is impact factor. So students, we provide Pondicherry University PhD entrance test paper to study material also. By using this study material, all the students can guaranteed score more marks in paper 2, that is in concerned subject. In this, we provide full syllabus notes and MCQs. In the MCQ section, we provide most expected MCQs and PYQs. By solving these MCQs and PYQs, all the candidates can score more marks in paper 2. So the subjects that I have mentioned on the screen, on all of these subjects, we provide paper to study material currently. If you want study material for any other subject, then you can ask me in the comment box. Paper to study material fees are only 999, and in this low fees we provide guaranteed selection to all the candidates. Okay, to join our courses you can contact me through the WhatsApp only, the numbers that I have shown on this screen. So students, this paper to study material is really helpful to qualify the PhD entrance test obviously, and also to qualify the interview session, because examiners will ask you a lot of questions about your concerned topic in interview session. So you can do the inquiry for paper 2 also, and it is really helpful for your guaranteed selection. Okay, next is which journal metric tracks citations of the last 3 years. Now here again they have given you the names of certain journal metric, and from these journal metric, which is the journal metric which tracks citations of the last 3 years. So whether it is site score, whether it is impact factor, whether it is H5 index, or whether it is eigenfactor. So students, we have seen the definitions of site score, impact factor, H5 index and eigenfactor in earlier part of this video, and that's why your correct answer should be 1, site score, because according to the definition of site score is going to track the citations basically of the last 3 years including the current year, and that's why from the current year it is going to track the citations of the basically 4 years. Okay, and the including last 3 years plus 1 current year. Okay, and that's why your correct answer over here is 1, because within the impact factor it is going to track the citations of the last 2 years, H5 index going to track citations of the last 5 years, and eigenfactor is the overall importance, okay, of a specific journal. Okay, this is nothing but the eigenfactor, right? And that's why your correct answer for this question should be 1. The 5-year based journal metric is, now from these journal metrics, which is the 5-year based journal metric. 5-year based journal metric means it is going to track the citations of last 5 years. Okay, so whether it is site score, whether it is impact factor, whether it is SNP, whether it is article influence. So students, site score is basically going to track actually your citations for the last actually 3 years, right? Impact factor is going to track your citations for last 2 years. Okay, now let us see what is SNP and article influence. What is this? So basically students, SNP is source normalized impact per paper. So this is source normalized impact per paper. Okay, and it is calculated by dividing average number of citations received in particular year by papers published in journal during 3 preceding years by database citation potential. Okay, so basically this is the ratio of average number of citation, okay, average number of citation received in particular year, okay, by papers published in journal, by papers published in journal during 3 preceding years, okay, to the database citation potential, okay, database citation potential, that is DCP. Okay, so this is nothing but the formula for SNP, and I have given you the full form for SNP. Okay, now let us see what is article influence. Like I have told you earlier in this video that article influence is calculated by dividing the eigenfactor score by percentage of all articles recorded in the journal, okay, citation reports that were published in a specific journal, okay, and that's why your correct answer for this question is 4, article influence, because this is the 5-year based journal metric, journal metric, because here you are dividing the eigenfactor score, which is the ultimate overall importance of a specific journal and its score, right, by the percentage of all articles recorded in the journal, okay, and that's why this is actually journal metric which is based on 5-year, and that's why your correct answer should be 4. Okay, because if you see SNP, then it is actually relevant to the preceding 3 years, impact factor for 2 years, and site score again for preceding 3 years, and that's why the remaining option will be article influence, which is actually 5-year based journal metric, and that's why your correct answer is 4. Next is the impact factor depends on. So on what actually things impact factor depends on? Whether number of citations, whether number of publications, whether number of downloads, or both 1 and 2. So students, if we see the definition of impact factor, or if we calculate the impact factor, then basically we divide number of times articles are cited in the last 2 years to the total number of publication in these 2 years, and that's why here we take consider number of citations, what are the number of citations, and as well we consider the number of publications, okay, and that's why on these 2 factors basically impact factor depends on, and that's why your correct answer for this question should be 4, 1 and 2, because number of citations and number of publications, both of these factors plays important role in deciding what is the impact factor of a particular journal, okay, that's why this is 4. Next, site score covers. Now site score covers what? All types of publications, only research articles, only review articles, or B and C both. So students, site score is again the journal metric, and as I have told you the definition of site score, okay, so it is going to track the citations of preceding 3 years including current 1 year, okay, and that's why actually site score covers all types of publications. It is nothing like that it is going to cover only research articles or only review articles, or both, only research and review articles. Basically site score covers everything, okay, it is going to cover all types of publications, that's why your correct answer is 1, okay. Now next is, which is the right answer regarding the following pair of metrics and their number of years basis. Now students, here they have given us the journal metric, and in front of it they have given us the years, okay, basically years for what? So these years are the tracking period of the citations of this specific journal metric. So we are going to identify the right matches of the tracking period of citations by the journal metric to the journal metric. So let us see options, then you will understand what is that. So here eigenfactor, then AI means article influence, okay, article influence dash 5 year. So it means that they have given us that eigenfactor and article influence, both of these are the journal metrics, and they are going to track the citations for preceding 5 years. Okay, so this is the meaning of this first option. So again, in the second option, site score, SNP and SJR, so all of these three are the journal metrics, and they are going to track the citations for preceding 3 years. Impact factor, again 2 year. Okay, so here it means that impact factor is going to track the citations for preceding 2 years, and all of the above. So students, if we see all of these options, then you will understand that your correct answer is all of the above, because all of these options are correct. It means that eigenfactor, article influence are going to track citations for preceding 5 years, and this is true. Basically this is the definition of these journal metrics. And again, the definition of site score, SNP and SGR, resolves the terms that these are going to track the citations for preceding 3 years, and again this is the correct, right? This is correct. Impact factor 2 year, this is also correct, and everyone knows it, and that's why your correct answer should be 4. Next is, which is an indexing agency. Now here they have given us certain names of institutes or agencies, and we need to identify the indexing agency from these. So NASA is an indexing agency or not, Scopus, MHRD or Turnitin. So all of you are well known about NASA. Basically NASA is situated in US, and the full form of NASA is National Aeronautics and Space Administration, right? And it is independent agency of US federal government, and it is responsible for civil space program, aeronautics research and space research, and that's why this is not an indexing agency, so this gets eliminated. Now let us see what is Scopus. What is this? So basically students, Scopus delivers broadest coverage of any interdisciplinary abstract and citation database. So basically Scopus provides the database, okay, for citation and for interdisciplinary abstract as well. Okay, and that's why Scopus is an indexing agency. Okay, because Scopus is going to help you for indexing your journals, and that's why your correct answer should be 2 over here. And MHRD, all of you are well known about MHRD. This is the Department of Higher Education, and it is responsible for overall development of basic infrastructure of higher education sector, right? And Turnitin, as we have seen earlier, in the yesterday's video, Turnitin is the plagiarism detection software. Okay, this is commercial plagiarism detection software, and it sells its licenses to across the globe to different universities, then academic institutes, right? And that's why this option gets eliminated. Again, MHRD option gets eliminated. So your correct answer is Scopus. So you should remember that Scopus is an indexing agency which are going to provide you database for interdisciplinary abstract and citations. Okay. Now next is, which is an author metric. Now over here they have given you certain metrics for journal and author. So we are going to identify from these options which is an author metric. Author metric means from this metric you can understand the credibility of an author, not only of an journal or not a journal actually. So whether it is site score, whether it is impact factor, whether it is H index, whether it is H5 index. So students, from these options, basically we have seen earlier in this video that site score and impact factor, both of these are actually journal metric. Journal metric means by the actually scores of these site score and impact factors, you can give the credit to the specific journal, and that's why this is called as journal metric. You gives the values to the journal, okay, and that's why these two options get eliminated, because this is not an author metric. Now let us see H index and H5 index. Again we have seen about H5 index. It is going to track the citations for preceding 5 years, and that's why again this is a journal metric. This is not an author metric, so this option gets eliminated. So the remaining option, that is H index. So this should be your correct answer. Okay, because H index is author level metric that measures both the productivity and citation impact of the publication initially used for individual scientist or scholar. Okay, and that's why remember students that H index is an author metric, this is not a journal metric. Okay, and all of these site score, impact factor, H5 index, then AI, all of these are the journal metric. Again, eigen factor is a journal metric. Okay, so your correct answer should be 3. I-10 index refers to, now students, what is I-10 index? So whether it is 10 paper with 10 or more citations, or number of paper with 10 or more citations, or A and B, or none of the above. So students, I-10 index actually refers to number of publication with at least 10 citation. Okay, so number of publication with at least 10 citation, and that's why I-10 index refers to what? Number of paper with 10 or more citations. At least 10 citation means more than 10 citations are applicable. Okay, that's why your correct answer should be 2. Okay, so students, I know this topic is really you can say difficult to understand, but understand over here that based upon these metric, okay, we are going to give the values to the particular journals. Okay, and for example, if a certain journal has a good impact factor or has a good eigen factor, then we can understand that that journal has many citations, it has many articles, and those citations and articles are high level. Okay, okay, and that's where these concepts are really important. And again, we are going to give the author index, or author metric. So this is important because we can give the values to the authors based upon the level of citations or level of articles they are providing. All of you getting? So don't confuse within these. So just remember over here that H index is author metric, then site score, impact factor, H5 index, AI is nothing but what? It is actually the journal metric. And I-10 index, this concept is also very important because on this concept as well you will be asking questions in PhD entrance test. So I-10 index is basically nothing but the number of paper with at least 10 citations. That's it. That's why your correct answer is 2. So students, thank you for watching this session. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment box.